like, what are borders? It's just this arbitrary what? Because someone laid out a line or created a line that this divides us and we're supposed to believe that that's a real thing. No, you know what borders are? And it really bothers me when people try and be so reductive. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being reductive. It's a valid point. But in this case, it is false. No, you know what a border represents, folks? Just like we're talking about foreign language films and that offends people versus international. The reason that borders exist is because they're a physical manifestation of shared, or even more importantly, now in 2020, unshared values. It's not that someone just decided to lay a line down. It's, for example, the United States border. We're saying, hold on a second. The reason we have a border, the reason we have country boundaries is because we value liberty. We value personal freedom. We value the individual over the group. We value the right to protect yourself. We value that women are created equal, that all people are created equal, that women are not subservient, that they can drive cars, that they don't have to hide their face. We value free enterprise, not giving everything to the government. We value that we value that we don't have slavery, as opposed to many countries where there is indentured servitude. It is important for people to realize that borders are a physical manifestation of unshared values. And you know what's also important? That's also why the legal immigration thing is a big deal. The sole reason that we have an immigration system by which you can migrate here legally, by which you can move into this country legally, is to ensure that you share the same values. That's why there's a citizenship oath. When people act as though these folks just want to come into this country, well, hold on a second. Look at the values in many of these South American countries. Do they share the American values? Do they believe in the power of the individual? Do they believe in freedom of speech? Do they believe that people should have the right to protect their home and property? What do they do in rooting out corruption in office? And I know some people right now are going to say, well, what about Donald Trump? Okay, look at Venezuela, folks. Why would we want to bring in people who might bring in values from a shithole South American country where they don't value any of the tenets of the principles of this country? Borders exist as a physical manifestation of values that we share and values that we don't share. And the reason we have a system so that we can check and make sure people are coming through is to ensure that only the people who share our values and want to take part in the American experiment, and by the way, also learn the language, become a part of the American culture, and appreciate American culture, are coming to this country. How we've lost sight of that now, where everyone is entitled to move into any country that they want to because we are all citizens of the world, is asinine, it's stupid, it's the kind of rhetoric that leads to, obviously, silly, meaningless decisions like switching foreign film to international. But you know what? I'm a big fan of borders. I'm a big fan of borders, and I'm a big fan of knowing who's coming into the country legally, because I don't have a problem with putting on team jerseys when you have citizens of the world who believe that women need 4 witnesses for a rape, who believe that you don't have the right to speak out against the government. You know what? I'm glad that we have a dividing line, and I'd like there to be a fucking wall. How about that? International language.
There we go. And if you're going to come here, contribute to the economy.
So how are the Koreans doing?
Not too bad. Well, they're not on
my question. How did you get all that out of Elton John?
No, I got it out of the international film,
got it, okay.
as opposed to foreign language.
Well, let me just dumb it down just a little bit in the United States.
Please
I don't want people from California moving to Texas with their values that have not worked in California and coming here and voting that way in Texas. So it's not like I'm saying that it's just people from another country. I don't want people in this country coming from other states.
And that's an apt comparison. You know why? Because of the economic hellhole that it's become. We can just name some businesses that have moved from California, at least I think from I know that Toyota is State Farm, Liberty Mutual. They all just moved to a place called Plano for people. That's a suburb of Dallas. I think 12,000 jobs. So people leave California because their jobs have gone away, the companies have gone away, and then they want to move to a state
place
where
that's free.
that provides them with economic opportunities not provided in California.
Tax breaks.
But they don't share the values. Just like someone coming here from the Honduras who wants to vote in for them to be able to get free health care even though they are not here in this country legally. Do you not see how that can destroy a very country? It has nothing to do with color of the skin. It has nothing to do with the language that they speak, because guess what? That should be irrelevant once you become a citizen of the United States. Oh, no, wait, it's not, because you're valuing another culture and by proxy their values over that of the United States. And in that case, I don't want you here. If you do want to be a part of the great American experiment or the great Texas experiment, black, white, yellow, red, I don't care. Let's be honest with the red, they're already here because of the original Americans. Yeah. The point is,
they're here already.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
But if you don't share the values, I don't want you here. Yeah. You are not welcome.
Come take part in this. Don't come and change this.
Right. But